Chapter 25. Tajay, over here! Alex beckoned to Tajay when he saw him walk into the cafeteria. Alex barely had to raise his voice over the clamor of the cafeteria noise. Tajay had great ears. He could pick out Alex's voice over 50 conversations, laughter, and clanging spoons, forks, and knives. Agents, coaches, trainers, and trainees packed into the place, all seated at round tables with white tablecloths on them. Despite being a cafeteria, the kitchen boasted a gourmet chef who took orders via an automated system at each table. The table Alex had chosen stood in the middle of the cafeteria, the only high-top table in the place. Tajay veered towards him. He squeezed into a chair too small for him. "I'll have to make a request for a graduate-side chair." Alex made a note on his data hub. "Don't bother." Tajay looked at his feet. "Used to it." "Are you okay, Taj?" Tajay nodded. Alex raised an eyebrow. He didn't need extra perception to tell Tajay had lied. "Where's Danielle?" Tajay winced. Alex narrowed his eyes. He hit the nail on the head without even trying. "How'd your session with her go?" "Could have been better." "Did she say something to upset you?" Tajay ducked his head. "No." "Right." Alex drummed his fingers on the table. It was almost 7 o'clock. Danielle and Emily would be here soon. Alex scanned the cafeteria as Danielle walked in. She had her mouth set and her eyes hard. "Danielle!" Alex jumped out of his seat and waved. He beckoned to her. "Hey, Danny!" He jumped up and down and shouted. Danielle turned to him. She visibly groaned, ducked her head, and jogged over. "Would you look at that?" Alex resumed his seat. "She's jogging of her own volition. I never thought she'd actually do it." Tajay didn't look in her direction. "Better form." Alex leaned his elbows on the table when she approached. "Who knew all it took to get you to improve was to ask you to have dinner with me?" "Don't flatter yourself." Danielle kept up her running form. She avoided eye contact with Tajay. Alex turned his eyes from one to the other. "Did something happen between the two of you?" "No." Danielle turned up her nose. Tajay kept quiet. "I see." Alex tapped his finger on the table. Tajay glanced at the clock hanging on the cafeteria wall. "It's almost 7. Where's Emily?" "Told her to take a break." Alex watched Danielle as she eyed the seats. "She's got 5 minutes. But while we're waiting, let me ask you something, Danielle." He pulled out the computer Danielle had lent to him the first time they had tech training together. "I was trying to boot up this computer and open the program to practice what you taught me, but..." He turned the computer to her. "The computer screen turned blue. I can't do anything with it." Danielle's mouth dropped open. She stopped jogging and gawked at the screen. "How did you do this?" "So the blue screen is a good..." Alex grinned. "The blue screen is a bad thing. It's a very bad thing." Danielle tapped some buttons. The computer beeped. "You fried the motherboard. It's a brand new computer and you destroyed it in less than a week." "That might be the longest I've ever gone without killing a computer." Alex tapped his hand on the table. "Your teaching must be paying off, Danielle." Danielle clenched her teeth. "Do you have any idea how expensive this was?" "I'll pay for it." Alex pouted. "Geez, try and give you a compliment and this is how it turns out? Why'd you stop jogging?" Danielle flared her nose. She started jogging again. Emily ran up to the table. She jogged in place. Alex glanced at the clock on the wall. "Right on time, Emily. You ladies are so enthusiastic about jogging this evening. I'm impressed. But you're giving me motion sickness with your constant bobbing up and down, so you can stop." The two girls sighed in relief. They climbed into their chairs. "I know not jogging is disappointing, ladies." Alex smiled at them. "We'll make it up in the future. In the meantime, relax. I've already ordered for you, so it should be here soon." Danielle paused mid-sit. "You ordered for us?" "I've been monitoring your eating habits." Alex leaned on his elbows. "You two don't eat very well at all. You especially, Danielle, eat some rich foods. It's no wonder you're out of shape. I've decided to take over your diet." "Aw," Emily slumped her shoulders. "What makes you think you can tell us what to eat?" Danielle slammed her palms on the table. "My diet has been carefully monitored by chefs and nutritionists." "Then they don't know what they're doing. You need to either check the credentials or the references." Alex pinched her waist. "Although, judging by your figure, you're getting your money's worth." Danielle slapped his hand away from her. "What makes you such an expert?" "I'm your team captain," Alex shrugged. That's all the expertise I need. That's ludicrous. Maybe, but I did get the change approved by turns, and I had a meal help me out in deciding what you should eat. Alex held up his data hub to show her their approval. They both thought it was a splendid idea to change your diet. This whole agency is going to pot. Danielle snatched the data hub from him. It's not that bad, Danielle. Emily took a drink of water. Maybe the food will be delicious. It's not, Alex said. Oh. Emily sat back in her chair. Danielle slammed the data hub on the table. How did you convince them to do this? Those are my secrets, Danny. You'll never figure it out. Alex leaned in close to her. Unless you feel like snooping again. Tajay swung around to face him. He gave Alex a hard look. Alex pretended not to notice. You little... Danielle sunk into her seat. Aw, Taj, she's upset with me. Alex patted her hands. No worries, Danny. With the proper diet, we'll get rid of your surly attitude in no time. Danielle clenched her fists so hard they trembled. Alex grinned. He had no problem figuring out which buttons to press when it came to Danielle. Now, how long would it take for her to break?